guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shanice Reid and welcome to Read All About It, where beauty and confidence has nothing to do with age, gender, or size. Before you go any further, make sure you like this video, subscribe to my channel, hit that bell, and let me know how you're feeling down below. So for today's video, we're finally doing a Q&A, and I'm super excited. I put up a post on Instagram, the questions little thing, ask people to ask me questions, and these are the questions that I received. And let's get to the video. So the first question is, do you believe that zodiac signs / horoscopes are true and relevant? So my answer to that personally is yes. I do believe that horoscopes and zodiac signs, I believe in that stuff, and I believe it's true because when I am going through something, or if I'm stressed out, or I'm not understanding, or my spirit is not sitting well, and I read my horoscope, it gives me OD clarity. Like it speaks on things that I wasn't even thinking about, but it's like when I read it, I'm like, bro, that shit make a bunch of sense. Like, I'm sitting here confused about what the hell is going on in my head, what's going on in my feelings, and it's like I read a horoscope and that shit is so spot on. And I'm not a person that read my horoscope every day. Like, I don't keep up with it, even though when I do, I'm like, yo, this shit is for real. I'm not one that keep up with it. So when I actually read it and that shit is spot on, it's so crazy to me. And it's like, I do sometimes see how it says certain signs are compatible and stuff like that. Like, I personally do believe in that shit sometimes, because it just be too like spot on when it comes to like the signs and compatibility and stuff like that, and characteristics of a certain sign. Like, that shit be too accurate. So yes, the answer is yes. Okay, next question is, what's your biggest pet peeve? It's my biggest pet peeve, if I had to give one, I would say my biggest pet peeve is receiving treatment that I don't give out. Like, somebody treating me a certain type of way when I know I'm a nice ass, good ass person to you, and you treat me like shit, or like you just, like, our energy is just like, you're not giving what I'm giving. I don't like that. That's probably one of my biggest pet peeves, I can say, because it's just like, I know I start all situations, like, you know, with a kind heart, open spirit, and it's like, I feel like if I don't get that in return, like, I just feel like if you don't like me or you have a problem with me, like, something is missing in your life. Not saying that I'm the thing that's missing, but like, you are sad. Like, you live a sad life if you don't like me, because I'm so likable and I'm so nice and I'm so kind, and it's like I'm willing to do almost, not everything, a lot, if something is asked of me. So it's just like, I feel like if I'm not getting that energy back, you're a sicko, period. What motivates you? So when I used to get this question, I will always say my mom, because it's just like, you know, my mom, she's always been there for me, my biggest supporter. She did everything for me, blase blase. But now the answer would have to be my nieces and my nephews and like my little cousins, like generations after me in my family, because it's just like, I want to give them inspiration, and I want them to look at me and be like, damn, my big cousin or my auntie did it and I could do it too. Not saying that it's not other people in my family that they can look up to, but like, everyone in my family has their own lane, and I feel like my lane specifically was always school. Like, I always was a student, a brainiac, had favorite subjects. Like, school always been my thing ever since I was a child. I never been in summer school, never failed a class. Like, I always excelled in school. That was always something that I was great at. And then coming to college, I was the first one in my immediate family to graduate from college. So it's just like, I want my nieces and nephews or little cousins to know that if they decide to go that route, it's possible, because their aunt or their big cousin did it. And I'm gonna just show them and be an inspiration to them. So they are who motivate me. Is that how you say it? Or those are my motivations, something like that. But they're who I do it for, basically. What's your favorite part slash place on your body? My favorite part of my body, like, I like my butt sometimes, but sometimes it just brings too much attention and niggas just, it's just like, just because you got a fat ass, niggas feel like a fat ass aligns with a lack of respect or a fast bitch. Like, just because my ass is fat, that don't mean it's just like niggas don't have no respect. They think because your ass fat, that's the first thing they should point out. So my butt a little bit, but I would say my cheeks and my smile. Like, I love when I smile and my cheeks get all fat and chunky, and it's just like my cheeks always been like that. So I would say that's my favorite part about me, and my butt a little bit. What made you want to do YouTube? Well, long story short, I watch YouTube like every day. I watch YouTube almost every day. I love YouTube. I love certain couples on YouTube. I love certain beauty gurus on YouTube, and it's like, bitch, somebody need to be watching me somebody need to watch me. I need to be somebody's favorite something. Fuck, niggas is out here buying houses and cars and shit off of YouTube, and I need a check, and I don't like working for people, so I'm trying to get paid from YouTube and have people love me how I love certain people, and like have certain people relate to me more, because not a lot of relatable people on YouTube. Like, that should be fake now, and it's just like, it's not the same as when I started watching YouTube heavily like about a year or two ago. So it's just like, I personally want to be somebody's best friend in their head. How I probably got a best friend or two in my head like Jackie Aina, I want to be that for somebody else, you know what I'm saying? So that's ultimately why I started, and I wanted to be my own boss. So that's kind of like the main reasons why I started YouTube. Tell them how much you love me, and I'm saying, Kayla says, tell them how much you love me, and I'm single and ready to mingle. So Kayla, I love you, and she is single and ready to mingle. Relationship advice slash dealing with insecurities. So this is it seemed like 2 questions. So the first one, relationship advice. My biggest relationship advice I can give is communication. Communication. That is like the biggest thing. If you don't have communication within your relationship, everything else just falls downhill. Because it's like, if you're not communicating while you out, that could alter the trust. Because it's just like, well, what is he or she doing while they out? Why we can't communicate? Now I'm questioning, what the hell is you doing? If you don't communicate, I don't know if you're alive. You know what I'm saying? I worry a lot. Like, especially like, if I know my boyfriend is going to like a certain part of Philly or something like that, it's a little shaky. I'm like, nah, where you at? Like, I'm trying to make sure where you at. Half the time, I'm gonna make sure you're alive. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's shit too crazy in the world today, and it's like, I need to know that you're okay. Communication, because y'all can have a little problem, or they may be rubbing you the wrong way, and if you don't communicate to them, like, bro, you getting on my fucking nerves because of XYZ, they're not gonna know, and they'll hear you are upset because they're getting on your nerves, but you're not communicating that they're getting on your nerves. You're not communicating how you want to be treated. You're not communicating how you don't like a certain thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody knows you how you know you, no matter how long you've been with somebody. And if you don't communicate how you want to be treated, then you're going to ultimately resent that person, because you expect them to know what to do, how to love you, how to treat you, and you're not teaching them. You know what I'm saying? So I would say communication is the biggest part of a relationship. In regards to how you deal with insecurities, honestly, that's just something that comes with time, because you have to ultimately learn how to love whatever it is that you consider an insecurity. You have to learn how to love it and to be comfortable with it and live within it, if that makes sense. Because for the longest while, I was never always like this, like hair, nails, makeup. I was never that type of person. I was always a tomboy. I was always with my older sister. I was mismatched, like none of my clothes matched. I wore ball shorts all fucking day with clogs. And like, I just didn't give a fuck. Not that I didn't give a fuck about myself, but I just didn't care. And it was just like, at a certain point, I was very insecure about my weight and like feeling like I look good or like niggas wanted me. Like, and that was another thing too. Like growing up, I always measured my confidence and my looks based on how many niggas I had at the moment. And it's just like I had to learn within myself and gain the confidence within myself to know, like, bitch, you bad as shit, you cute as shit. And it's like, any nigga that don't have you, they're missing out, and they're not gonna find another bitch like you. Like, you're one of a kind. And any nigga that don't fuck with you or want you is a fucking weirdo. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I had to, and it is someone for everyone. So maybe that could have been it too, but I internalized it as these niggas is bums, weird, and they missing out, period. So it's just like, I had to get that within myself, and then it's just like at a certain age I start asking my sister, hey, can you do my hair like this? Can you give me a sew-in? Like, can you take me shopping? Can you do my makeup? And it's just like, not saying that all that shit equates to beauty, but I had to know within myself that's who I was, and I was just scared to let it out because I didn't feel like I was received well or thought to be cute because of my weight, if that makes sense. So I just had to learn to love every part of me, and once I did, I was able to fully live as myself and how I wanted to be as a person. So it all just boils down to time. Alright, 3 more questions. What made you want to go back to school? Well, what made me want to go back to school is the fact that I haven't found my niche yet, and I always knew that I wanted to work for myself and I wanted to be my own boss. And it's just like, I felt like I couldn't really finesse that with a bachelor's degree. I want to become licensed. I want to open my own practice. Ultimately, you know, I want to have my own things, and I want to work for somebody else. And I just feel like my bachelor's degree, it wasn't going to take me there. Like, it's a great accomplishment. It is, don't get it wrong. And I'm proud of myself. But me personally, I just feel like that alone wasn't going to take me to where I was trying to go. So, but I'm not going back to school after this master's though. But I feel like I just needed it to get to my next destination. How did you handle school, work, and a social life? So, baby, let me put the phone down. When I was in undergrad, right, I worked as a RA. I worked for the counseling department. I was a SARA member, so I was a sexual assault response advocate. I worked as a peer mentor to incoming freshmen, and I worked at the mall at Fashionnova as a seasonal stylist. All while obviously being in school and trying to get a degree and having friends and hanging out and all that stuff. How did I manage it? I'm not quite sure. I'm not even going to lie. I managed it by executing my time management skills. That's the only thing that I can say is how I did it, because me personally, I like to work ahead. So it's like when I was in school, all my work was kind of done ahead of time, and like if the professor was like cool enough to like pre-check my work, because some of them will pre-check your work, I'll kind of like show it to them, or I'll kind of go to the office hours and tell them my ideas and what I kind of did, and they'll kind of gear me towards like, okay, that's good, you're on the right track, or you might want to change this, you might want to add this, you know. So I kind of try to do my work earlier in an advanced time so that I could be able to communicate with my professor to see if I'm on the right track. Also, I had an internship as well. So in my internship, that's kind of where I utilized a lot of doing my homework and stuff like that, because it wasn't as strenuous as all the other tasks I was trying to do while in school. So I kind of used that time to alleviate my workload and try to make it a little easier for myself. And like social time, me and my friends, like for us, we could have fun either being in a happy hour or being in each other's room. Like it didn't even matter what we was doing, as long as we together and having fun and chilling and like unwinding. It was easy for us. So sometimes I could be like, yo, what you doing? I'm about to come to your room. Boom, we chilling like that. We getting homework done, but we still having our social life. Sometimes I'll be like, bitch, I need a drink. Bam, do what I have to do. Now I'm about to go get fucked up. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, it's just about time management and balancing everything out. And I wrote in my notes a lot. Like I don't really use a planner, but I write everything in my notes, or I put it in my calendar as a reminder. So time management is key. And then the final question is, how did you know Paul was for you? The answer is, okay, so when it says how did I know Paul was for me, like, okay, I don't know if Paul is for me. That's the thing. I don't know. I wouldn't mind getting married to him, spending my whole life with him, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know if that is the person God has for me to be with for the rest of my life. So it's just like right now in this current moment, I have no problem with marrying Paul and being with Paul. But when they say how did I know he was the one for me, like I don't know, you know what I'm saying? But how did I know Paul was the one that I was gonna stop fighting and bopping for? I trusted him. If it wasn't for the trust that I had for him, I probably wouldn't have took it to the next level. Because it's just like, when me and Paul got together, we was like, he was doing him, I was doing me, but we was friends first. And us being friends first, I just trusted him way faster than I did with any other nigga. Like, our relationship, we was already friends first, so it's just like, our relationship progressed quickly. Because it's just like, we were already great friends. Like, I trusted Paul. Like, if a nigga disrespected me or was getting slick, I know I could call Paul and he'll defend me before that was even my boyfriend. And it's just like, I loved him already as a person. So when we took our relationship to a romantic level, it wasn't hard for me to fall in love with him because I already had a great deal of love, respect, and trust for him. So if I didn't trust him as a person in my life, we would not have, like, our relationship would not have accelerated so fast. Like, yeah. So I knew that Paul was the one that I would stop dubbing niggas for because I trusted him. And before Paul, oh baby, the hotline used to fucking bling, okay? I was in my fucking bed, okay? Treating these niggas how these niggas treat us. But Paul was the one that I changed my life for and wanted to be with exclusively because I trusted him. Those are all the questions. So this was fun. Like, I like talking and I like letting people in, and this is the part of the reason why I wanted to start YouTube, is to be relatable, likable, and open with everybody that enjoys me and likes watching me. And I love this video, so maybe in a couple months I'll do another one, ask me some more questions. But thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.